Hello everyone, Douglas Waltz, Old Man Comic Book Reviews. We had multiple weeks because I've been busy with Invisible Shark, which I finally finished. So let's go ahead and go right into a new book, The Horror of Godzilla. Halloween homage. Godzilla's face in the shape of a pumpkin. Written by Ethan S. Parker and Griffin Sheridan. Artist is Tristan Jones, whose name sounds familiar to me. But the artwork's not great. It's supposed to be a horror Godzilla comic, like maybe the first movie was, but it's, and they managed to factor in the Kaisei era. Every so often you get a nice double gatefold, and it's too. I haven't made up my mind. It's too soon to tell. How's that? How's that for a cop-out answer? All right, I'm gonna try and find a spot for these as I do them. It's a little cramped here in the headquarters. Supernatural number 9. Always a good time. Greg Pak is our writer. Daniel Scalisi is our artist. And we have a little flashback to when Sam and Dean were kids. And then when last we left, this rich guy stole Sam's blood and brought back zombies and brought himself back. And you know, your typical supernatural adventures. It was fun. And so, and then there's apparently the next issue is the last one for this arc. The rumor is that they're going to have 2 different books, one for Sam, one for Dean. All right. Zatanna, number 4. I was worried when I saw the costume. Thought they were going to try and change the classic. I will go ahead and give you the spoiler that they are not. Jamal Campbell is our writer and the artist of page 1 and cover artist, and Edwin Gallman is the artist. So it's Zatanna. It's gorgeous. The artwork is gorgeous. She's going on adventures as like the DC version of Sorcerer Supreme, helping people with problems. There's a return of the Upside Down Man from Justice League Dark. If you're not aware of that, go back and read Justice League Dark. I ain't doing it for you. But the artwork is great. It's pretty and polished, but some of the layout reminds me of Steve Ditko. And not a lot of having to read backwards this issue, which is always good for those of us that I can do it. I really just don't wanna. You know what I'm saying? All right. These are all number 1s, Godzilla versus America, and it's Godzilla versus San Diego. And there's 3 stories. Chaos at Comic Con, story and art by Stan Sakai, who I do believe does Usagi Yojimbo. Oh, hold on, folks. I don't have a thing to hold my camera onto my tripod, and I just jiggled it. There. Sorry for the earthquake. Godzilla Goes to Comic Con, story art and letters by Greg and Fake. And Toy Time, story by Dan Jurgens, art by Margot Pepoy. And it's all fun. I mean, you know, Dan Sakai drawing Godzilla, stuff like that. But isn't there anything else that goes on in San Diego? Are they assuming that because we are the comic book nerds that we don't want to see other things that go on in San Diego? That happened a lot with Portland, too, where it was like brewers and stuff. Like, there's got to be more than that going on in one city, especially one that size. We're going to, it's been a couple of weeks, so we're going to have more than one Moon Knight. Here's Moon Knight 6. He's getting together with the band to go fight the thing that has taken over the Midnight Mission and has his friends in it. Writer is Jed McKay. Artist is Devmalia Promanik. And so it's him getting everyone, the band together. You're going to ride through in Ghost Rider's car and save the day. And it's everybody. Blade, Daredevil, Moon Knight, Ghost Rider, Clea. Just the whole gang. They are there to save his friends. And I'm sorry, that's still a really cool picture. A lot of people don't like the Danny Ketch, and I'm like, it's the same. It's just different. That's all. Different is good. Hold on, kids. Here we are. Gun Honey doubles down. Issue 2 of this particular arc. Writer is Charles Ardai. Artist is Ang Horkeng. And Gun Honey does one thing well. She gets into places with a gun and takes her clothes off a lot. They have a very interesting, no, I'm not going to show it to you, search thing where they pull out a lot of things out of her after she's naked, and except for her Swiss Army knife, and we don't know where that was. So I'm assuming I know where it was, and I'm assuming you know where it was. But she has to get this guy out and be naked a lot. That's Gun Honey. It works. It's a distraction. The funny part is they're going to send in this girl to get her. Tatiana. Look at this. Look at this woman. Look at her. Tatiana. Tatiana's the Hulk. Or, you know, reasonable facsimile. All right. Amazing Spider-Man. We are on 997 of Legacy. 3 more issues to 1,000. Here he is holding this up. And we have Joe Kelly is our writer. Penciler is Ed McGuinness. Inker is Mark Farmer. I like these guys. They're pretty good. We're still dealing with Peter having a cousin. That's Aunt May's actual son that she didn't know she had, because they told her that she died, or he died. Damage Control is in it. Spider-Man's having a good time fighting people like Jack-O-Lantern. They're just getting us like a slow, you know, run on this, but he's been doing a lot of work with Damage Control. Going after a lot of D-listers. Jack-O-Lantern, there's that Grizzly Bear guy, Tarantula. I bought the very first issue of Peter Parker, the Spectacular Spider-Man, where the villain was Tarantula, and I said, oh, that guy looks kind of cool. I was wrong, but Godzilla Conquers the Universe, issue 1, because they're doing them in 5-issue arcs for the need of the, I think it's at the end. What do you call it? Trade paperback. So, anyways, let me find out who's responsible for this nonsense. Here we go. Writer is Jerry Dugan. Artist is Javier Garron. It's the Avengers of Doom. They have Spider-Man. It's Miles. Kang, White Queen, Punisher, Johnny Storm, Man-Thing, and then the baker who bakes things for Man-Thing, which, okay. That's not how that works. Man-Thing could give 2 shiddly diddlies about freaking baked goods. I hate when people they're unable to write Man-Thing. They do a terrible job. I remember when they made him talk. Oh, Fin Fang Foom shows up, by the way. But it's fine. Red Skull's in it. There's all these things. They even make a mecha Fin Fang Foom, which I thought was hilarious. And that because Godzilla's here to rule the universe. And Kang's being Kang. So, it's number 1. I'll get them all. It's got Godzilla in it. Marvel Godzilla used to be good back in the day. Not like it used to be. That's that. That's how that works. Oh, we have another Amazing Spider-Man. 34. Ding. Remember I said them B-listers, D-listers? This time it's Electro. And let's see. It's issue 34, which is 998. Getting there. 2 more issues. Writers Joe Kelly, pencilers Ed McGuinness, inkers Mark Farmer, and Wade Von Grawbadger, which might be the coolest name I've heard since Thurl Ravenscroft, who sings all the songs in the original Grinch. So, he's fighting B-listers. He's going after Electro, although that's a sweet picture of Electro for, a complete and total lunatic who's charged up with electricity. But Peter's smarter than Electro. And he gets to do things with his intergalactic girlfriend, which is sweet. And they take Electro out like you're supposed to. Because did you think Electro was going to win in a fight against Spider-Man? No. He will not. And now Peter's moping because his Aunt May, who he's loved for a million years, has got a son, and he thinks she won't love him anymore. She won't love him anymore. Batgirl number 22. I'm honestly surprised that they haven't canceled Batgirl, to be honest with all of you. This wraps up the Forget-Me-Not storyline about our girl, Batgirl, and her friend, and who they've been together forever. I kind of want her to stop doing her inner thing. I want her to stop that and do Bat Adventures. Tate Brownball is our writer. Steven Segovia is our artist. Inks were done on pages 7 through 20 by Jason Paz. And it's a great art style. It looks great. It's cool. Batgirl rocks. This Batgirl and original Barbara Gordon Batgirl. I think there's another Batgirl? Yeah, I don't like her. I'm not a fan. All right. The Batman book I decided we needed to have. Number 12. So we've been at it for, what, a year then? And since Alfred is a hologram, an AI hologram, we have to get a replacement. Her name is Verity. I like the whole idea, to be honest, because she gets along with Damian, which is hilarious. They're not sure what to do with her, and it's Batman against a conspiracy of just bad guys, weird bad guys. Matt Fraction's our writer. George Jimenez is our artist, and all these people have different ways of doing things. There's an old man with poison. There's another guy that does something else. They all have a specific thing. And then we get the new Joker talking to somebody, which I don't know what that's about. It's just, I don't like the way it's written because I'm old and it's green letters on black and it's not very outlined and bleh. For all you young kids out there, there's a Static Shock backup story in the back. Apparently Static's getting his own book. Captain America number 14. Hell's Angel, part 3. Yeah. Steve Rogers is the guiding light to the rebellion of hell. That just, I don't know. Writers Chip Zdarsky, artist is Ton Lima. I'm getting sick of Dr. Doom and stories. And they have to go get this weapon so that they can fight the legions of hell. And yeah, I don't think it's going to be over anytime soon, which kind of blows. So we'll see. Maybe we'll get it over next issue. We can have some Captain America story that I like. This happens to me a lot. It's because Captain America's my favorite, so I'm picky. All right, issue 4 of Sonic the Hedgehog, Metal Legion. Oh, Sonic the Hedgehog and DC. I guess those guys are in it. So, let me get you a thing here. Ian Flynn is our writer. Adam Bryce Thomas is our artist. And Eggman is showing the Legion of Doom up every chance he can get. So, although, you know, you got a story when you got a double spread of, let me see if I can see it. Okay. Of Eggman popping Superman in the puss. Good times. Good times, yeah. Because Superman's that guy who no one can beat, so it's one of those. Every so often he's got to get his butt kicked just a teeny tiny bit. And then they finally decide that they need to bring in a second group of people. So we get Supergirl, Amy Rose, Crypto, Starfire, one I don't recognize, one of the little chow things, Aquaman, and of course, it would be nothing without Big the Cat. So I'm having a lot of fun with these. I'm glad they put out a second one. It's like they were made for each other. I don't see Marvel doing that. My good friend Neil Vokes has brought us an issue number 1 of Fright Night. We already had a Fright Night comic book. We've had a couple of Fright Night comic books, but this is a new one. Writers are G.O. Parsons and James Kahoric. Our artist is the one, the only, the man, the myth, the legend, Neil Vokes. And no one ever explained to me why Peter Vincent's got a mustache in this. Peter Vincent never had a mustache before. A lot of this is catch up to get you acclimated to the storyline. Evil Ed's in it, which is always a good time, and all the main characters are still in it. And it looks like Jerry Dandridge sounds right, doesn't it? Will be returning to pester our crew once again. So, and it's Neil Volkes. Did I mention that it was Neil Volkes? It's Neil Volkes. Yeah. Man's a terrific artist. All right, we're almost there, kids. I promise. It's more than 1 week. I told you that, right? And look, it's been so long. Here's another Moon Knight. That was funny. Thanks. All right, Jed MacKay, Devmalia Promenade, issue 7. We have busted into the house, the mission house, kind of like the House of Mystery, but the mission house. And we've got, as I mentioned before, recently, Moon Knight, Clea, Blade, Daredevil, Ghost Rider. And they're there to beat the crap out of this thing that has taken over the mission. And we finally have confirmation that his friends are there. And then something terrible happens. And it's so bad that I can't tell you. You have to read it yourself. No one dies. But it's Moon Knight at his worst. Because the problem with Moon Knight is he's very single-minded. He has loyalty to one thing, his friends. No one else. If you're going to throw you under a bus because you're not his friend, he's going to throw you under a bus. Doesn't care who you are. So, I'll put it that way. How's that sound? And then we're going to wrap up this extra long episode of number 88 of Sonic the Hedgehog. When last we left the gang. Oh, sorry. Story, Evan Stanley and Esmin Omar Atta. Art, Adam Bryce Thomas. When last we left them. It says The Road to Sonic 100. It's like 12 issues. That's a whole other year. That's not a road. It's a major thoroughfare. So our people involved are Sonic the Hedgehog, Amy Rose, Miles, the Tails, and Knuckles. And they had the creepy doppelgangers. And this time the creepy doppelganger is Amy Rose. I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all. And I realized that digital printing is different than old school printing. But this book is so dark. I mean, like not theme-wise. It's just dark. So much black in this. Back in the old days, they'd have been using 2-3 ink pots. And so they've got to find the answers to find out who is responsible for someone trying to get after the Chaos Stone. And they're going, next month they're going to a spooky castle. So, don't know how I feel about a spooky castle. You want to see the picture for the next issue? They always give us one, a pinup. Hold on. There it is. Ooh, look at that. Spoopy. All right. Okay, that's the pile. I always say I'm never going to separate them, but I don't think there's anything in here that really needs to be... Oh, Fright Night. It's not a superhero comic book. Let's see, I think that and Godzilla are... Oh, wait, Gun Honey. Regardless of how nice she looks, she is not a superhero. There's a Godzilla book. San Diego. I would be mad if I was San Diego and all you could come up with is 3 stories about Comic-Con. I put Supernatural over here too, because Sam and Dean, I don't know if I've counted them as superheroes before. Dean would like to think they are. And then the horror Godzilla. So I've got, wow, that's a lot. 5 books that are not superhero. Sorry everyone, I knocked things over. Be glad you can't see in here. Just that's all I'm going to say. Stay. Good monkey. All right. And then we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11 superhero books. And look, are you all excited about Lanterns? I saw the trailer for it. I'm a little excited. I'm a Hal Jordan Lantern fan. But I heard Guy Gardner might be in it with Nathan Fillion, so I'm pretty excited about that. He's He's a great guy. He's a great fella. So I'll be glad to see him in it. That'd be nice. Although he's supposed to be getting some new power up in Green Lantern, the comic book, and I stopped buying the Green Lantern comic book because it was doing stupid stuff like giving Green Lantern Guy Gardner a new brain power. Ugh. All right. So this is episode 200 and something. I think we're pretty close to 250 if we haven't passed it. And I've been doing them every other week or so. The movie's over, The Invisible Shark, so I should be able to get these on a more regular basis. We'll find out if in 7 days you see this again. That'll be your dead giveaway if I do it again. So look at all those comic books. Isn't that amazing? So many comic books. Getting heavy. When an old man reviews the comics and they're heavier than him, I have so many comic books to put away that I have not. I have slacked. I am the slack whore. So yes, go places, read comic books. I've had kind of a busy week, so we won't chat too much, but yes, you must read comic books. Comic books are good for you. Did you know the AI doesn't understand comic books? It doesn't know how to work with the white space. Plus, everyone can see an AI comic book from a mile away. We won't get into AI. People get really violent about that, so we won't do that. We won't let AI control us. That's right. So, I mean, we've only been, what was it, Skynet went online? Yeah. That's a long time ago. That movie was in the 80s. You're talking 40, 50 years, and we learned diddly and squat. So, I got to wave them at you, don't I? All right. Well, go find something to do. I'm glad you came and watched the show. I'm sorry that they're so long. I'm going to try and see you next week with the books we got today. There's only 7. And in the meantime, go read a comic book.